And if you don't make money, it will not make sense. There are 9 numbers that if you pay attention to, you will not be lighting a match to your marketing budget anymore. And that's whether you're running ads on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for as long as we got it. This is how you can measure at each step of your funnel where things are breaking down, where things are working, and where the opportunity to invest more in scale exists. Okay, so let's get into it and break it down. First on that list is going to be your CPM, which just stands for cost per 1,000 impressions, which is how much you pay to get in front of 1,000 people. Remember, we're using ads to scale our business. We're trying to get more customers and more sales. CPM is a great way to test the effectiveness of the ads that we have running, whether they're quality or not. If the CPM is high, it's probably not a good ad. Or we're testing into an audience that's rather expensive to get in front of. We can assess it later down the road, depending on how many sales we're getting, to see if it's costing us more because the audience is expensive or if our creative is truly shit. So it's a great measurement of what you're doing at the first phase of how you get someone to interact with your ad as it comes across their phone. And an example of a brand that does this really well consistently is Gymshark. They've managed to keep their CPMs low by constantly testing new creatives to new audiences to expand by focusing on utilizing influencers and UGC creators that have core audiences on these platforms. So the content that you see coming from them doesn't even get recognized as an ad at first. People consume it as if it's just a regular post. This has allowed them to keep their CPMs relatively low. And if you are a new brand starting with ads on any of these platforms, if you can keep your CPMs to $20 and below, you're in good money. All right, so as we move through the funnel, the next metric that we're paying attention to is our click-through rate. Click-through rate is just the percentage of people who've seen your ad and actually click. Anything over 2%, you are in great shape. Below that, you really probably want to reconsider, one, swapping out that creative or testing a new call to action. If we look at the fashion boutique Princess Polly, they bring their product photos to life, driving hella clicks by not only positioning their products on models, but on models that are in the everyday settings that their audience operates in. It literally makes the girls feel like I need this look when I'm in this environment, so I'm gonna go click to check it out. Hear me and hear me clearly. Your ads only gonna do 2 things when they show up on somebody's phone, whether they're scrolling on Instagram or TikTok. It's gonna, one, stop their scroll, and two, sell the click. You have to prioritize making good creative if you want to have good ads. All right, so let's move along in the funnel. Next, we're looking at CPC, or cost per click. It's just how much money we spend to get someone to actually click on our ad. This varies from industry to industry and depending on whether you're selling a product or a service. Generally though, for a lot of my direct-to-consumer clients, if it's above $3, we're usually gonna change the marketing angle that we took with that creative to target a new audience. A brand like Starface has changed the game of pimple patches. They made them fashionable, and they've introduced this into their content for their ads, and this makes them highly engaging, keeping the cost per click really low. Like I said before, great ads stop the scroll and sell the click. Once people leave Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, it is now on your website to be a great salesperson to actually get someone to swipe their card. The number that we're going to be measuring here is going to be page views, which is the number of people who saw your ad, clicked, and hit your landing page. Like I've been sharing with y'all this whole time, these numbers are set up in a way to where if we see something looking crazy, we can immediately fix what's happening in our funnel to improve. So if you're seeing that your click-through rate is really good, but your cost per page view is really high, it usually points to our website needing to be revised and fixed to make it a little bit more cleaner so people can check out and give us their money happily. A brand that does this really well is going to be Topicals. Their ads are set up in a way where it fits their aesthetic, matches their target audience flawlessly, and when you get to their landing pages, it's the extension of that. Topicals landing pages are actually pretty fire, and they're like an extension of their social media. So it makes sense why Lumidee, the founder, was able to raise 10 million. Next on that list is going to be add to carts. This is literally going to tell us of the people that came to our website, how many people started the checkout process. You can get like between 10 to 15% of the people that come to your website to start the checkout process. My G, high five, you doing it. Brands like Seventh increase their add to cart ratio dramatically by having details about the models that are wearing their actual pieces and having a sizing chart so people know what it would look like on them. Here's a marketing commandment that if you get nothing else from this video and only remember this, it will change the game for you. Remove the confusion if you want people to buy. Seventh does a great job at executing this by making it super simple on what the product is, what it's made of, how it fits, making it a no-brainer for someone to give them a credit card. Off the back of add to carts, we're looking at the cost per add to cart. Now, this number is going to vary business to business depending on your cost of goods, expenses, and your average order value. But if you got a one-to-one relationship, meaning that if it costs you $30 to get someone to add to cart and your product costs $30, you are hustling backwards. Next on our list is going to be initiate checkout. This is going to tell us of the people that came to the website and added to cart, how many of those people actually started the checkout process where they have to put in their credit card information. Let's say 1,000 people come to your website. If the number of people that initiate checkout is less than 5%, it's usually a red flag that your checkout process is a bit clunky and we might need to revise it to make it super seamless, maybe like a one-step process if possible, so people don't get hung up and make the decision to bounce. Amazon is the king of this. That one-step checkout is lethal. They have gamified shopping online to where you can see something, click buy it instantly, and have it show up to your door before midnight. Now to everyone's favorite metric, return on ad spend, or ROAS. This is literally just going to measure for every dollar of ad spend that we invest, what are we getting back in terms of revenue? To make sure that your ROAS matches up with profitability for your business, you want to utilize an equation to establish your break-even ROAS. And that's going to be a great sign to know whether or not to cut ads off or to scale ads. Now, if we look at a brand like Skims, which has a crazy organic presence as well as paid media presence, I can guarantee you that for every dollar that they're putting into the machine, they're probably seeing somewhere between $3 to $6 back, which is good ball and healthy margins for you as a business if you're thinking about how you can scale. The goal to increasing your ROAS is going to be contingent on all the things I shared before, but it really starts with how you, one, stop the scroll and sell the click. If you can prioritize that and have a very clean website, your ROAS will reflect it. Our last and most important metric of them all is going to be our CPA, CPC, whatever you want to call it. That's either cost per acquisition, cost per action, or cost per conversion. This is going to be the number that you as a business owner have to know like the back of your hand, because it's literally how much money you spend to get someone to spend. And if your CPA is above 50% of what you actually sell your product for, gang, sweetheart, my brother, my sister, we've got a problem. Take a brand like Fabletics. They've mastered keeping their CPAs low because even if it costs them $50 to get a new customer into their funnel, they've reported that their customers are buying at least 3 to 5 times a year. And once you actually get in the Fabletics funnel, you have to sign up for a monthly subscription to get the discounts. So imagine I spend $50 and I know that my customers on average are going to probably spend anywhere between $300 to $500 in a year. That's good ball. I'll take that math all day. All right, y'all, listen. These 9 numbers will make sure that you're successful with your marketing. Share this with a friend. Watch it as many times as you need. Take notes. Leave questions in the comments below, and I'll make sure to answer them. And most of all, don't forget to like and subscribe.